I have been sharing over 400 videos so far, and what I have often shared about is why to meditate, how we have a choice, and how important life is, and to live life. It's like 5:30 in the afternoon, in the evening, and it's the time when the heat dies down and everyone comes out onto the street. And so there's people walking, there's scooters, the gardeners are out. I'm walking past all these market gardens, and it's just a really beautiful time to be walking around. It's also nice to share that the purpose of meditation is to connect back to our true nature and to realize that so much of who we think we are, so much of how we interact in this world is done through filters. And it's those filters that are stopping us from keeping it real, actually. So we live in this world, we live through these filters, which is all trained, it's all made up. They might have served at a certain time in our life, to protect us or to learn. But the majority of them are repetitive and actually self-sabotaging. So to meditate means you start to see these filters because you're training the mind to come back to its natural state. So you're teaching the mind to come back to the present moment, its natural state. And when you do that, you see these thoughts, you see these patterns, and it's friggin' amazing. Because imagine if all your life you've thought that you weren't good enough. And maybe at some point you got told that. You got told by your parents or from a school teacher that you failed in something, or that you were rubbish at, singing, drawing, doing maths. And so you felt in that moment overwhelmed by that comment, disheartened, shamed, compared to other people. So you've really believed it to be true. The evidence was all around you in that moment, but that pattern kept recurring through either what other people say or their energy. People sometimes speak through energy rather than words. Rolling the eyes, turning their backs on you, body language. Or by our own mind. Our own mind could simply be going, oh, I'm crap at that. Oh, they're better than me. Oh, I better give up on singing because I've got a voice like a cat. And so we listen to that. So imagine if all your life there's this constant ongoing feeling of being uncomfortable, of being unworthy, of doubt. Imagine if you're very much embarrassed by your interactions or your voice or something. Imagine if you just have this unease because you just always feel very unworthy. And then you start to meditate. Now here's my point. And then you start to meditate and you see it as simply a voice, a pattern. And then you start to look at it, because that's what meditation helps you do. It trains you to actually look at it. And if you can look at it, you're not it. There's space there. So imagine if you start to be able to look at it and you go, oh, I don't need to listen to it. And then you start singing and you realize you've got a pretty okay voice and everything's okay. And you don't have to hate it or feel so doubtful or riddled in anguish about yourself. How freeing is that? Now, it's not that you're going to become a good singer. It's not that you're just going to sing. It's not that. The point is that feeling that you're not good enough. The feeling that over and over again you shouldn't even bother. The feeling that you're just uneasy in your own skin. The feeling that everyone else is fine and you're struggling. That feeling can ruin your life. It can rule your life. It can ruin your life because that feeling is based on this belief And you're buying into it over and over again because you don't know anything else. And imagine if one day it stops and it's not true. Every relationship could change. Everything you do could change. Everything about you could change because now you don't have that feeling. You don't have that thought, which then means if it's not true anymore, you can live life differently. Everything in your life can change and be replaced with an ease and a peaceful contentment because suddenly everything's okay. And that's why I teach meditation. I love seeing people transform when they get it.